Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Ozone Skyblock Reborn on the Fractured Flask channel. We have a lot of work to do today, so let's jump into it right away. First off, I want to reveal right in front of me is the completed Big Reactors complex that I was working on at the end of last episode with our Q&A. So, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Bum bum! Isn't it neat? Like, we've got our reactor in here with the big classic nuclear reactor cone I tried to do as much as possible, right in the center. And then if you go right across the door, we have our no soliciting sign. And in here is our machine to make all of the big reactors materials, which does function. If you look in these HVAC, it's all yes. What was I going to say? Right. This top row is power, and this bottom level is item ducts and fluid ducts where necessary, and then this is kind of just to tie it all together. I have placed a few resource blocks just to denote where the barrels are, because it gets confusing. But let me walk you through this here. So, yellorium goes in here. It gets fluidized on one side and reacted on the other. The reaction produces cyanide, which then goes into this reprocessor and into this fluidizer to become fluid cyanide. This reprocessor produces plutonium, which comes out here. This further goes into a reprocessor with the cyanide, and that produces ludicrite, which is here. That goes into another reprocessor with some magnetite, which I'll get to in a minute, which produces radiculite, I believe is what that's called, which goes into another reprocessor to produce inanite, which I have produced a lot of. Now, in order to process the ludicrite properly, we need magnetite, which comes from burning plutonium in a reactor. And that plutonium comes through this fluidizer from the cyanide. The cyanide produces plutonium, which then flows down into this fluidizer. And that produces the magnetite. In order to get the rosinite, that is produced by burning, that's the wrong color, but that should be verderium in a reactor. Something else might have gotten in there, I have to check later. But that goes in to there. The verderium comes from mixing plutonium and yellorium liquid. The yellorium liquid comes in from this fluidizer, and plutonium comes from the same fluidizer that puts it in the reactor. So this fluidizer here comes out here into the verderium. And I think that's all of the main one. Then, benoitite crystals and a branch of the rosinite produces insanite. Okay, this was inanite. This is insanite. And then these three machines here, ignore this is just power, is a machine to make three, what I think are just like alternative moderators for the reactor or something. So ender pearls and anglesite go into one of them, and that creates something called, I believe that creates something called redphrygium? Yes. No. That produces what? Where's the end point of this? The end point of this is here, and that's redphrygium. So redphrygium is the finer tangerium. This produces tangerium. Or this one, the redstone and the snow, yes. Oh boy. Produces priamec, I believe. And the anglesite and ender pearls produces tangerium, which combines in another fluidizer to create redphrygium. I don't really have a use for those. Anglesite is mined from the end, And benoitite is mined from the nether. And this is all self-sustaining, more than self-sustaining. These reactors are always full. They are always on. A few quirks about this, though. In order to actually be effectively producing something, all the fluid tanks have to be full, because the way the system works, it fills forward. So you can't fill up the plutonium tank unless the verderium tank is full, which won't fill up unless the rossonite is full. And in order to divert enough plutonium to be useful to the reprocessor, that tank has to be full. So I've pumped in a lot of cyanite, which luckily we have seeds for. I don't have to wait for it to generate, but a lot of it has been pumped in. Now, before we move on to the next thing, I just want to say Ludicrite block is created with 8 Ludicrite ingots around a end crystal, which is just like this. That's soul that, and that's a gas tier. So I did make that. We do have the quest completed here. Let's see what we get. Ender Resonator. I don't know what that does. But the turbine I'm going to do off camera because I have no intention of using it and it's just busy work. But it would be nice to have it done. Ooh, yes, an ethos slab. Nice. That's a fantastic item. But now that that's done, we can get on to the next business of the day, which is these 2 bays. This is going to be our ender crafting bay, and this is going to be our flux crafting bay. So if we look at episode 27.1 here, I have created all of the materials necessary. Ender ingots are created like this. Redstone ingots, you know those. And what we need to make is these alternators and these crafters. But first, for quest reasons, I am going to create some of these. Now, how do we make these? 8 of them I'm going to need for next episode. I just needed that for quest reasons, but for right now, I will show you that quest, though. See, I needed to make the basic crafting table so that I could make the rest of these in proper order. So, let's get crafting. Just a real quick crafting montage there, no big deal. Now let's get to placing. I have gone and created these 11 by 11 cubes because I did some testing in creative, and this is a great way to get a lot of these things in quickly. Oh, I've immediately messed up. So these are both designed to fit pipes. The ender alternators do not require pipes, so I can just do this. And then we can, luckily, build these things with the building ones. So what these are going to do is every one of these within, I think, 4 blocks of the ender crafter is going to contribute to the speed at which that crafts. So having a lot of these in place is going to be really good for us, because then we can craft stuff really, really quickly. Not that I actually have anything I need to craft with the ender stuff this episode, as far as I'm aware. But it's nice to have them, and why not do them at the same time? And have I created one more than I needed to? It appears so. So let's take these snow blocks I prepared, and we put end crafting. Where was it that I was going to put it? Was it here? Here. I think it was here. Place that there. Find that away. Find that away. And now we should be able to craft in that really quickly. But I don't have anything to craft in there, as I mentioned before. So in order to actually demonstrate how this works, we're going to have to do the flux crafter. So if I take this, sorry if I'm rambling and speeding through a bit today. I have a lot that I want to get done, and not all of it is super interesting, but we're going to get it done. Well, I have left these openings for cabling so that we can power all of these flux capacitors, or flux alternators, flux capacitors from something else. I don't know why did I put these here? I don't need these. Oh, everything has got 1 second. Okay, I have fixed my mistakes, and we can continue placing energy pipes. These pipes are great. I like this mod. They're so much better than the Ender IO conduits, except for Ender IO conduit's ability to route. There's a lot more versatility there, but for pure ease of use and power and such, pipes. Pipes are great. But the machine base will still be Ender IO conduits because of that. I have counted this like 4 times, and somehow I have managed to get it wrong a lot. So we'll place down, you can access these flux capacitors or flux alternators. 2, 3, 4. But before we can place the ones on the back, we need to place our tesseract. Place the tesseract. Set it to home base power. And then we just need our pipe wrench. Where's our pipe wrench? There it is. We set this. Why are you not getting an input? Receive only. Take this away so we can get in there. Oh, I have placed it in the wrong spot, and my magnet's still on, right? Oh no, did I just make a terrible mistake and drop my tesseract into the air? Yes, I did. Why edit this out when you can look dumb on camera? Okay. Got that. That's why I did that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, did I just pick up? I picked up the tesseract. Yay! Set it to energy so it will actually get that going. Okay. Throw in our ultimate pipe upgrade, which will increase the speed. And then we can finish placing all of this stuff. Place that. Okay, back to placing the alternators. All right, alternators and Fluxcrafter are placed, which means we can hop on to episode 27.2. If we take a look in here, we have a bunch of Draconic Evolution stuff. So, what we need to make are... Get rid of this stuff now. We need to make these. If we do that, look how fast that's crafting. And all of these are full. The reactor is currently off, just so I'm not burning fuel and not generating power. That actually was a lot faster than I thought it would be. So let's make one of these. And that was with this, I think. Get rid of that. Wyvern Energy Core. We need 2 of those. Get rid of that. Wyvern Core is this stuff. 1 of these. And we will have that. Get rid of that. The particle generator is made of the blaze rods. We need 36 of these. Grab those. That. energy core stabilizer, surround those by diamonds. Get that. Rid of that. We'll grab all of this and this, and that should be enough to make 1 energy core, 2 energy pylons, and with that, I believe we have enough to do the main point of today's episode, which is creating our Draconic Evolution Power Ball. So I have pre-made something here. And with that, if we click here, we can assemble the core, or tier up. Tier 7, I believe, is the one we want, because we don't have Awakened Draconium yet. So let's put all of this away for now, so we have some space for this. And then if I assemble core, it will build it for us. I'm not even going to speed this up, because it's so cool. I'm just going to watch it happen. How we doing? We're getting there. And then, once all of the Draconium has been placed, we can place our energy stabilizers right on the edge of it. Actually, not right on the edge of it, because eventually we will get some Awakened Draconium and create the full 13 by 13, but for now we want this here. And we need to place, there's 1. Get rid of, that's already gone. So we will finish this up. Alright, all of those are done. You can see they've all formed. Now, if everything has gone to plan, this should turn into a gigantic power ball with a capacity of 1.2 Tera OP. I don't know how an OP translates into RF or FE or whatever it's called now. But if we grab the pylons and the glass that goes with the pylons, I've placed the power tap here on the center, or on the top. So if we do that, we can then, should then be able to shift right click if we place that. Shift right click on the glass. So that will be the in, and then we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll place another one here, which will be our out. And then, to finish it off, we create a tesseract here, set to home base power. And did I set them properly, is the question. Is this loading up? Operational potential. Oh, yep, I think this has all cleared out. Yes, so if I turn this on, we should start getting power into the ball. Yes! So now we have an absurd amount of power storage all going directly in. And if we place down one of these and we click onto home base power, we should see that we have a lot of power accessible. Fantastic. Okay, now that the main work of the episode is done, there's a couple more things I wanted to show you before we end for the day. So I've created a list of things here. So first off to the Botania setup, where you can see that I have replaced all of the spreaders with Gaia spreaders, which are just made like this: Dragonstone, Gaia Spirit, Elven Mana Spreader. And then that's just Elementium and Dreamwood, which you can get through that portal. This is much faster. I've managed to cut this down to 20 instead of 30 in the hourglass, and that works just fine with our Gormorillus, I think they're called. This fills very quickly, so we have a full mana pool there, a full mana pool there, a full mana pool there, and I think there's still some left in there. That's one of the things. 2, End Prosperity Ore. So I was, in the end, mining for that angle site for the machine, and I discovered that the end is full of prosperity shards. So rather than what I had been doing, which is making them out of diamonds, they're really easy to see when you're flying around, and now I have 1,045, and I've already used a bunch of those for something that I will get to later. So that's important. Also a good way to get ender pearls, because there's ores there that just do that. This I'm going to get to in a minute. Tesseract. What did I mean by that? Yes. I've done some prep, and part of that is I've created a bunch of tesseracts, bunch of pipe upgrades, and I have some pipes in there. This is what I did with the prosperity shards. This is all the seeds we need to have every seed, which leads into, you'll notice this is all clear now because I have realized that why am I doing this manually? Because I was, when I needed to, I was coming down here, getting the box I need, putting it up there, and then I had to swap them out over time. And it occurred to me while I was doing something else, why not just have a tesseract? So now the vacuum happer goes into a pipe with a ultimate pipe upgrade for speed into the tesseract, which then leads down into here. And I have created a wall that will accommodate all our seeds. So I have the essences on the right, and then mirrored, I have the seeds on the left. And now I can just, for example, let's apply some air seeds. It takes a stack and 12 to fill up the thing. I can just place them. I don't have to worry about anything having to do with logistics. I can just place them, and they'll work. And they'll all go into the Tesseract and into my drawer system. I don't know why I didn't think of this a long time ago. It would have saved me a good amount of time. So we'll just place all of these. And then, yeah. Once they're done, and I want to get them all cleaned up, I can just do this. And toss it away. Before, I would have to go into the vacuum hopper, take them out, put them in the drawer, take the drawers down. They're already back there. They're already back in here. So that's fantastic. Speaking of seeds, I have spent some time collecting. So here's the tier 1 seeds that we still need to make, the tier 2s, the tier 3s, and then I have also collected the tier 4s, the tier 5s, and the tier 6s that we have. And I've also collected some stuff to put through a soul reprocessor eventually for the mob seeds. So out of 130 seeds in this pack, this wall displays everything I do not currently have access to. And coincidentally, it also will function as a bit of a roadmap for our next set of episodes. So we need HOP Graphite from Immersive Engineering, we need Refined Glowstone and Refined Obsidian, which we can get from Mechanism pretty quickly once we get into Mechanism. The next thing I'm going to be working on is Powa, I think, because we can make a bunch of those crystals. Ad Astra, these are all from different planets. Awakened Draconium, that's a longer thing. And then this is endgame stuff. And then these. I know where to get rabbit. There's rabbits in the Twilight Forest that I can go kill for their stuff. But the turtle, the blizz, the blitz, and the basalts, I don't know where to get those. So if anyone has any idea where, please let me know in the comments. I think that covers all of that stuff. Oh, right. While I was looking for steel leaf and night metal in the Twilight Forest, I opened a loot chest, and this came out of the thin air. This is you get for opening 100 player loot instance loot chests. Neat. And before we go deal with this, there was one more thing I wanted to say, and that is that we aren't going to start working on this right away. We're not doing Powa this next episode, because my storage is getting out of hand. and I need refined storage. So I have a roadmap. It's gonna take a few episodes, because there's some other stuff I need to do in the meantime. For example, next episode we're gonna do more advanced crafting. And then, by episode 30, I believe, by the end of episode 30, we will have a refined storage, and then we can start working on this. But this is actually just a reminder, because if you'll remember, in the end episode, we headed in and looked for a Chaos Dragon Island, and were not able to find one. And there was a comment on that video from 4 Ounce Scoop, I believe was the name, that said the Chaos Dragon Islands might be at 10,000. So that is what we're going to do. I'm going to fly right out to 0, 10,000, and we're going to see if there's an island. Alright, we are coming up on 10,000. I'm going to stop here, let the generation catch up. If you look at the map, we have, we've come a long way from our explored area. We are at 9927. So we're going to let this catch up. You can see it generating its way down here. It's like I've drilled a path through the memory, and the game has to clear that path and build a road for me. I'm going to have to fly back after this. That's not great. But maybe we can test something else to get back. So, hanging out here, let's see what we can see. Let's go upward. Let's see. Where is 10,000? 10,000 is right here. Is this the Chaos Islands? Is that this thing? No. So it appears that even out at 10,000, with these weird ring structures... Oh, no. Don't want to anger those guys. Go away. No Chaos Island. Maybe? Are we at build height? Nope. Okay, let's see what happens if we go down. All. So here is this. Is there anything remotely resembling a Chaos Dragon? Where's the Chaos Guardian? Oh, there it is. I see that. Oh no. Okay, we are not ready to fight this yet, but it seems that we are in proximity of this thing. Okay, I was expecting a structure of some kind, but this is bad. Let's take all of this off for now, and we're gonna throw all of it into our Ender inventory, other than the soulbound stuff. And then let's finish this episode off with a bang, shall we? Charge! Where is it? Charge! See, this is insane looking. This looks really cool. Okay, our Paxel is also soulbound. So, oh, run. Ooh. So much badness. Can I kill this? Nope, I don't know what to do with this. But, oh my goodness. Okay, you know what? We're done. We're done. Oh, it's stopping flight from happening. We're done. Goodbye. All soulbound? Yep. Nope. Let me go. Let me go. Ah! Okay. This is crazy. There's a gravity effect, it seems. There's a bunch of wither... Why? Why would you make this? This is horrible. Why would you make such a horrible thing? Who made this? Draconic evolution, why? Why would you make this? What is the purpose of this insane fight?
What does that achieve?
Just kill me already. At this point, honestly. What's going on? Let's test our soul binding, shall we? This is horrifically loud. We're home. Go to bed. Okay. Well, that's the Chaos Guardian. I don't ever want to fight that. Why would you ever want to fight that? That's horrible. Why? But that's enough for today. I think I've got like 35 minutes of footage, and even with the time lapses, that's a long episode. So, come back next time for some extended crafting. And also, I think we're finally going to make those mining portals next episode. But until then, later.